You guys don't need to see me scratched so early in the morning. Good morning, Sniper. Grand risings to you. William's here. William says good morning. Hey, William. William, how's everything going for you today?
So that's how they're growing so fast. They're
Sorry, I guess. Kat, good morning. William says, dang, I am missing out. When I feel no, we haven't missed anything. We have, let's see, 5:03. Sorry for being late. Um, we have about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to get out. The sun is coming up earlier and earlier. It will be coming up earlier until about what, June 20th, the solstice. What are we going to do for the solstice, guys? We are going to um, gather down at Cat and Jack's and paint ourselves blue, tape some antlers to our heads, and dance around a bonfire. I'm in. If you guys are in, I'm in. So let's see. Hey, Sissy. Grand risings to you. Mom says, good morning, Yogi, Cat, and Cat and Jack. Cat says yes. All right. Who's in, guys? I've been told by a couple people on YouTube that blue's a pretty good color for me. So imagine myself painted completely blue, antlers on my head. I don't have antlers. I wonder if you can order an antler headdress um, on Amazon. You can order pretty much everything on Amazon, can't you? Solstice says, you read my mind. We need to do some dancing, some sacred dancing. It's the only kind of dancing I know how to do. I was born with a rare condition. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. Um, it's called funkless. I am devoid of actual funk. That's not true. I have a little bit of funk in me. Um, my only way of dancing is I learned how to dance at Grateful Dead shows. I remember in the eighth grade at the eighth grade dance, the first dance I ever participated in, and totally being unable, this was 1978, unable to do the hustle. Uh, I did not know how to disco. I did not know how to boogie. It was pretty awkward. However, by 1978. By 1982, I learned how to be wild. I learned how to dance at a Grateful Dead show under the heavy influence of plant medicine and that steady, steady beat of Mickey Hart and Bill Kreutzmann, the two drummers for the Grateful Dead. They have a drum machine called the Beast. It's not an actual machine. They're the ones who man it. But man, there's a section in Grateful Dead shows called drums. And it was that steady, shamatic, getting carried away. It was incredible. Sub says, I'm back to 699. Hey, anyone here not subscribed? That's good. We need to get Sniper back up to 700. Lucy, how are you, my friend? It's nice to see you. So, yes, I learned how to truly dance. I learned how to let myself go. My first truly shamanic, well, I probably had more, but didn't realize what they were. But my first conscious shamanic experience. Grateful Dead shows. Willa says, can't stay, but here to say hi. I appreciate that, Willa. And have good morning, everyone. I don't have to sound up because, busy. Gotcha. Not good, but I should be okay anyway. Hope you all have a good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Willa. Thank you for stopping in. Hey, Raven. John's here. One says, I want to go rollerblading, but really I want to go fishing, and I really want to build a relationship with someone. You can make all of that happen, William. We'll help. Lucy says, I'm boyfriendless. That is how I am. I'm sorry, Lucy. He did not make the time for me, along with other red flags. Hey, I'm glad you have red flags, and I'm glad that you notice them. and that you were able to um, honor yourself in that way, my friend. Raven says, so that Willow, and Willow says, sending love and prayers to all. So I can't stay, but we'll see you later in the morning to all. William says, good morning to Willow. Hey, fishing and hunting. Good morning, my friend. Nice to see you. Hey, Easy. William says, as often my dad keeps leaving me, leaving or leading? Lucy says, I'm single once again. Are you doing okay, Lucy? I know how difficult that can be. Even if it's time for that to happen, I know how difficult it can be. Willis says, like 5, I'm going to go now. My signal bad, but we watch the stream later. My friend, I'm going to be watching your videos and shorts later, Yogi. Thank you, Willa. Much appreciated. We'll keep an eye out for you, my friend. Rowan says, Lucy, it's sad to hear you're boyfriendless. Being lonely is a struggle. It is indeed. Fishing Honey says, William, just subscribed to you. Hey, Fishing, are you subscribed to Squirrel Sniper? Hey, Big Al. Big Al's at a meeting soon. What kind of meeting you got today, Big Al? If you want to share. Rowan says, 30 years desperately solo. Hey, let's lose the desperately solo. I know that's how you feel, and that's how it was, but let's start reframing stuff. You were making yourself ready, making yourself available. Fishing Hunter says, no, I'm not. He is 1 away from 700. You could be that lucky 700, Fishing and Hunting. I'm not going to say that that makes you eligible for a grand prize, but it does endear you to our friend Squirrel Sniper. Raven says, I'm surprised my partner is still with me after 31 years. She is my rock. I don't know what I'm doing relationship-wise. Do not know. Except, I'm in a place of hurt. I know many of you are. A little raw. But open to whatever is next. Who knows? I struggle with, I struggle with what do I have to offer? I feel like I've been stripped away of so much, and it leads me, raw, wounded, and again, open, but I feel like I have so little to give in a relationship, which is no wonder I'm in this position, except for love. And I don't want to put that except for love and make it seem like, that it diminishes love. Love is everything. Love is reality. But in the, Dostoevsky, in his 4 + 4 = 4 world that he talks about, you need more. So it seems. I don't know. I'm babbling. We're going to dive into A Course in Miracles in just a minute. So everyone's connected and very much appreciated. Hey, Global India Beauty. Welcome, my friend. It says hi and good afternoon, everyone. I am from India. Welcome from India, my friend. Motherland of yoga. And so much more. Motherland of Buddhism. All right. I'm going to read from chapter 19. So I want to say right off the bat, um, that when I talk about ego, when I talk about forgiveness, when I talk about sin, I'm being very, very specific at what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of this as seen through the perspective of A Course in Miracles, as well as yogic and Buddhist psychology. And I'll let you know if there's any differences that occur along the way between the Buddhist, yogic, and A Course in Miracles thought systems. Because there are. But basically, they take us to the same place. Um, when we talk about the ego is a mistaken thought system that has been given credence as who we are. We believe that we are that thought system. We are not. And the entirety of that thought system is to keep us separate and apart. Basically, it wants to have its own autonomy. To have an autonomy of a thought system that is an illusion, because if you truly dive in and you practice self inquiry, you meditate, or you practice forgiveness, you clearly see through the illusion of the ego. And yet we've given it such weight that it has actually created the reality that we live. We live in a reality of, or a seeming reality, of separation, of suffering, of sorrow, of belief that one can have more while many can have less. I've mentioned that before in our conversation, and someone said, "You sound like a socialist." In the actuality, true existence, absolute love, there's no such thing as socialism or non socialism. There is just one. That's why, in yogic terms, Advaita Vedanta literally means not two, because you can't even say just one. You can't even say just one. Hey, Cheyenne, because just one would apply the possibility of two. Who can say just one without being outside of that oneness? So we say not two in Advaita, non duality. Course in Miracles is a pure non duality source. There's just God, there's just love. And then there is the dreaming of this world that appears to be separate. Forgiveness, and that's the ego. Who's doing the dreaming? Just the ego. In actuality, we aren't even the dreamer. There's just the dream. When we wake up from that dream, we realize it's not even here. That's the essence of creating or realizing heaven right here, right now. Explicit directions from Jesus. The kingdom of heaven is within. No need to look anywhere else. No need to even look if we could wake up. But we might need to look to wake up. Let's see. Hey, Bailey. Benjamin Bailey. It's a fun name to say, Benjamin Bailey. Yep, you're right. When I gave up looking for someone, I found the best thing that ever happened to me. She was someone that I thought was dead for 20 years. Wow. Wow. All right. Let's let's bring up let's bring up Rumi. You guys know how I love bringing up Rumi. So, Benjamin, did I pronounce that right? This is for you, and the one that you found. This is for you, William Hart. This is for you, Lucy. This is for all those who are searching for someone specific or love in general. From the great mystic poet Rumi. The minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind that I was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. They're in each other all along. So prepare yourself. Don't go in search of love. Open yourself up to love, and you realize everything is unfolding perfectly right here, right now. Karen, it's nice to see you, my friend. I had your live stream up. I couldn't leave a comment because you didn't have the chat engaged, but I did have you up. So that Rumi poem was for you, Benjamin. Everyone is saying hi. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you reaching out. Make sure you make some connections for everyone. Lucy says, "I'm not going to give that guy another chance, though. I was just not feeling it. I'm happily single." Shan says, "Lucy, you're so pretty." Warren says, "I am certain that there will come along, Lucy. Could be minutes or a few months, and it won't help much, but you will never not have to keep you company. So you aren't really alone." Oh, never really not have us. Yep, that's true, William. Global India Beauty says, "Thank you so much. Your conversation is good, but you can't understand 100%. Just thinking you're discussing about each other, relationships like that." Well, we do. We do discuss some personal stuff, but I also try to keep presenting ideas that can maybe help set us free a little bit. It's my main interest. We could say liberation. But mainly, it's just gently seeing the unreliability of fully giving all of my belief to an egoic perspective that has and always will limit me and my belief of who I am. However, when I just see clearly through it, that's it. Just see clearly through it. And I realize who I truly, truly am. And when I realize that, the only way I can realize that is looking at each and every one of you guys and whoever else I encounter in my life as who you really are. That's why, and again, this is just, hey, Maddie. Maddie says, "Good morning, Mr. Yogi, my friend. Good morning to you." That is why the great importance of clearly defining ego, clearly defining forgiveness. This is not the forgiveness that most people know about. It's something different. So I always try to hedge people's comments a bit when they say things along the lines of, "I don't forgive this, I don't forgive that." This is very, very different perspective. This is a forgiveness that sets you free from the need of that other type of forgiveness. And again, for me, freedom is everything. Let's see. Stuart says, "Solar Raven, I apologize for missing you. Good morning." I hope you are feeling well, Maddie. Your recovery is going well. I hope that Chloe's doing well as well. So, just going to read a little bit from chapter 19, the attainment of peace. Peace equals liberation. Liberation equals knowing ourselves as the source of love. Sin versus error. Any attempt to reinterpret sin as error is always indefensible to the ego. The ego always wants to see sin as final and permanent. The idea of sin is wholly sacrosanct. Difficult word for me. To the thought system, to the ego's thought system, and quite unapproachable except with reverence and awe. We worship sin. Our entire Western civilization is based upon the concept, hey Goga, of original sin. Yet long before original sin, we resided within the garden of original innocence. And in truth, we've never stepped outside of the garden. In Genesis, it says that Adam fell into a deep sleep, and yet nowhere in the rest of the Bible does it say Adam ever woke up. If we think of Adam as the primordial humanness, asleep within the garden, then it puts the responsibility to awaken on us, that we are that primordial Adam. Goga, my friend, how are you? So sin is the most holy concept of the ego system. We love pointing, you're a sinner, you're a sinner, you're a sinner. And yet when we realize that it's all projection and that we are living in fear and projecting that fear outwards, and yet we can let that whole thought go. The original word sin means mistake, to miss the mark, and it was misinterpreted from Hebrew and Aramaic originally into Greek and then into English. We have given that sense of permanence that it doesn't really have. So it is the most holy concept in the ego system, lovely and powerful, wholly true and necessarily protected, with every defense at its disposal. Except it's not true. For here lies its best defense, which all the others serve. Here is its armor, its protection, its fundamental purpose of the special relationship in its interpretation. It's every judgment we've ever made. It can indeed be said the ego made its world on sin. Only in such a world would everything be upside down. This is the strange illusion that makes the cloud of guilt seem heavy and impenetrable. The solidness that this world's foundation seems to have is found in this. For sin has changed creation from the idea of God to an ideal the ego wants. God does not see sin. How can perfect oneness, how can the perfect expression of love ever see sin, or error, or mistake? The solidness of this world's foundation seems to have found in this. For sin has changed creation from an ideal of God to an ideal the ego wants, a world it rules, made up of bodies, mindless, and capable of complete corruption and decay. If this is a mistake, it can be undone by truth. It can be done easily by truth. Any mistake can be corrected, if truth be left to judge it. But if the mistake is given the status of truth, the mistake is given the status of truth, to what can be brought. The holiness of sin is kept in place by just this strange device. And truth, let me backtrack a little bit. Actually, let me leap forward a little bit. So, we have given sin all the weight, all the purpose, all the meaning that it has. A mistaken interpretation, misinterpretation. And we've created this world based upon it, based upon the belief that we have somehow separated ourselves from God. How could we ever be separated from a creator? Hey, signature. So here's the ending. Would you rather not that all this be nothing more than a mistake, entirely correctable, and so easily escape from that its whole correction is like walking through a mist into the sun? That's what forgiveness is, walking from the mist into the sun. But that is all it is. Perhaps you would be tempted to agree with the ego that it is far better to be sinful than mistaken. Yet think you carefully before you allow yourself to make this choice. Approach it not lightly, for it is a choice between hell or heaven. You will not go to hell. You've created hell right here on this earth in the belief that we are separate from each other and separate from the source of love. However, hell is a choice, and if hell is a choice, that means heaven is a choice as well. Again, explicit directions provided by Jesus. The kingdom of heaven is found within, which means it comes down to a choice. Are we choosing the hell of sin, the hell of separation, the hell of absence of love, or do you want to choose the reality of love, the reality of heaven, and we do that by practicing forgiveness. A different type of forgiveness. This is a forgiveness in which we refuse to see the sin of the body as real, and we look to the reality of that one mind that is already connected to the source of God, connected to the source itself. And that is the Course in Miracles presentation for this morning, for whatever it's worth. Maddie, my friend, thank you so much. And beautiful. Maddie says, love is all around, like the light the sun delivered. Darkness always falls, but the bright lights prevail. Beautifully said, my friend. Thank you so much, Maddie. You know what? Maddie's a philosopher, and he has the soul of a poet. Maddie's been around the block or two. Meaning, he knows life can be tough, life can be rough. He's lived his life knowing how to be tough. He's got a heart of gold. He's also not afraid to show it. That, to me, this is a sign of someone who is truly tough, not someone who builds a wall between themselves and their tenderness, but someone who knows the difference between the two. That's Maddie. Again, he's got the soul of a poet, as you can tell by the words up ahead. Truly the best of us. Thank you, my friend. Again, guys, thank you so much for making the connections with each other. I'm glad that we can all grow our channels and our message. And if you have a channel and you're creating content, you're doing it because it's important to you, because you want to showcase and highlight something that you truly treasure. It would be irresponsible for me, if I didn't honor that and help you in any way I could to get your message, your expression out there. So feel free, drop links. If you got something that you're particularly proud of, if you want to drop, you guys are moderators for a reason. I don't need anyone to mod, like removing stuff. I don't have a moderator. I got a squirrel sniper. Guys, if you have a squirrel sniper who has your back, it's all you need. So yeah, if you're got that mod status, use it. Connect with each other. Drop a link to your channel, to a video, to a short, to a live stream. Let us know what's coming up. Let us ask for help. Is there something that you guys, do you need watch hours? Do you need more subscribers? Let me know. Let us know. We're in it together. Hey, the Reinhardts. Good morning, my friend. Reinhardt says, what's up, everyone? What's up with you, my friend? One says, like the coming of seasons, there will always be spring after winter. Amen to that. Here's something I realized last year, just around this time. I was immersed in that deep shade of green that only comes in mid to late spring, early summer. So it was probably in June, my favorite month. And I was so immersed in that green. And yet I had this sudden realization that green's an illusion, that the colors of autumn, brown, every shade of brown, is actually already within the leaf, and that I am just seeing the sunlight being reflected by the chlorophyll within the leaf, giving the illusion of green. Autumn's already present in the leaf. If autumn is present within the leaf, then so is winter. If winter is present in the absence of a leaf, then so is spring in the potentiality of that absence. And so it goes. All right, guys, just a minute. In 2 minutes, I'm going to head outside and take my walk. I have been, speaking of absence, I have not seen a beaver. I have not seen a fox. I did get a sighting of an owl yesterday, but it was a mother owl. I haven't seen the little owlet, not so little, probably a teenage, adolescent owlet, fall from a tree. I believe it was okay because it wasn't when I came back there just a few minutes after it fell. Wanted to give the um, adult owls a chance to fend for it without me being a disturbance, and the owlet was gone. So it was able to maneuver. And trust me, no one is going to mess with two adult owls protecting an owlet. Raven says my channel is an acquired taste. So is mine. So, so am I. Heck the worker. Hello, my friend. Heck says, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Let's see. Maddie says, Miss Yogi, did you get a GoPro? I have not gotten a GoPro yet. I have looked. And it's been recommended again. Let's spend some time looking this morning when I come back from my walk. Raven says paranormal is not everyone's cup of tea, William. Yeah, but I've heard other paranormal channels mention that. But you know, we enjoy what we enjoy. We share what's important to us. So, Raven, if it's important to you, it's important to me. Shan says I can't get monetized yet because I need 3,000 watch hours. How many watch hours do you have now? That's something we can work with. So, Chan, can I make a suggestion? Can you put together a playlist of some of your videos, not your shorts? You can do it for your live streams. Just put a playlist up, and then we can click on the playlist and give you some watch hours. When you have that up, let us know, and I'll get to work right away. Kat says GoPros are stupid expensive. I actually saw that you can get an inexpensive drone easier than a GoPro. I thought about as a drone. Heck says I see people who are so motivated. I've lacked that a lot. Even my brother works and does marathons. How can I do that? It's a good question. Motivation, in my opinion, is short term. Someone can motivate you. But what you want is inspiration. Inspiration in spirit. You want to be moved by something that seems larger than yourself. You want to be pulled by a vision. You don't want to be pushed into something because that has limited energy. Kat says, anyway, Yogi, I wanted to say I love you and have a great walk. Then I want to say I will have a great walk because you wished it so. And that cat, I love you too. Absolutely. 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 Cat helped some magic happen yesterday. Hey, Hamada. So, heck, instead of looking for a source of motivation, what is it that inspires you? What pulls you? What feels like this I love to do? What do you love? I keep saying I want to do a self-inquiry meditation with you guys this afternoon. Remind me and we'll do it. Manny says I have 3 drones, Mr. Yogi. Let me know if you have a recommendation. Low tech. For someone who is prone at wrecking things, which is me. Stephen says under 249 kilograms, no license required for a drone, which seems pretty odd, doesn't it? You can cause a lot of trouble with a drone. Chat says, okay, I got them added in the playlist. Cheyenne, my friend, I am happy to help you. Heck, my friend, I'm happy to help you uncover your purpose, that great thing, the great work of your life, your dharma, as it said in yoga. Hey, AMS says, is everyone here mod? Not everyone, but a lot of people. Maddie sending love to Cat and Jack. Let's all send some love to Cat and Jack. William says, I don't know what that first NF it would need to auto level and track for Yogi. Yeah, William knows me. He knows my lack of technical skills. I'm more of a blunt instrument in life, guys. Thank you, Maddie. DJ Mini 2, awesome. Under 249, foolproof to fly. I have that. And they all have cameras, right? I have a Mini 3 Pro. Man, a drone would be pretty awesome. I wonder if I can fly a drone and walk at the same time. I say that knowing full well that I'm not sure that I can actually chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. So keep that in mind. Oh, okay, I got you. No frills, no F's, no frills, no mercy. Thank you, Roy. Why did that elude me? Heck says, I'm artistic, but I definitely want to get healthy. I need to, me and my brother aren't very close, and now he runs marathons while I stay at home drawing and writing. He's been there for me. Hey, art is a wonderful thing. If your calling is art, hey, and that doesn't mean that you also can't do a marathon if you ever feel inspired to do so, or even just long distance walking in nature, which will inspire your artwork even more. Heck, let's talk. Let's talk art. You and me, my friend. Hey, are you on Facebook? Reach out to me on Facebook, Eric McCarty. You'll recognize me. I'm the bald guy with dogs. Although, sadly, I don't have dogs right now. I do have 2 cats. Cat says, thank you, I love you all. We love you too, Cat. Heck says, I want to be closer to my family. I've been away from them a while. Then while they've been here for me unconditionally. So this is important, Heck. You are starting to think about the things that you want. A lot of times we get caught up in thinking about the things that we don't want. Everyone has a motivational system in place. This is according to neuro-linguistic programming. Ask someone, so what do you want in life? And someone might say, well, I'll tell you what I don't want. And they'll list all the things. Of course, that's where their attention is. That's what they get more of. If you can make that switch to what do I want, what do I want, what do I want, and now you're being led. Now you're going to get that following the synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences. Start thinking about what you're grateful for, which you already are. You're grateful for that connection that you have with your brother now, that you might not have had before. You're grateful for your family being there unconditionally for you. Once you start practicing gratefulness, miracles begin to happen. Life unfolds in a way that shows you all the things that you truly have to be grateful for that were always there. You're already on the path. Heck, you're already seeing that. I'm sorry, Heck lives in a bad neighborhood. Semper says, you're wearing a gray jacket. Actually, a shirt. This is a race shirt. This says CR24. It stands for Crooked Road 24-hour race that I did 5 times. I believe I got my best 24-hour result at this race. Beautiful race. Crooked Road, Virginia. I think I did 90 some miles, 24 hours. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to take my walk. Heck, reach out to me if you can, or come on back this afternoon, and we're going to unfold living a life of inspiration, creativity, and gratitude. and how they're all connected. William says, it sounded silly to me, practicing gratefulness. It's like gratitude journaling until I completed lessons 1 to 4 in A Course in Miracles. Reminds me, I'm going to start lesson 1 in a video presentation, 1 of 365. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric Point. Eric Point once told me that Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants. If you know, you know. Heck says, I'll look you up, brother. You're so wise. We need people like you. We need people like you, Heck. We need people who are going to be the great artists. By a great artist, all I mean by that is someone who is committed to sharing, to creating and sharing their creation, no matter what. Let's see, Maddie says, thank you, Miss Yogi. Enjoy your walk. Much love from Scotland. Thank you so much, Maddie. Thank you for everything. Man, your presence, you and Chloe, your presence in my life is, I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am for both of you. Fishing and Hunting says, Eric, just subscribe to you. Fishing and Hunting, Eric Lapointe is a legend. And he, make sure you leave a comment on one of his videos or shorts, because Eric Lapointe will connect back with you, and he will be a big supporter. That's what he does. All right. Eric says, hi and bye, everyone. You guys are much appreciated, as are you, Eric, always. Soulstar says, namaste and agape, omni love. You too, my friend. All right, guys. Whatever nature wants to show me today, I'm open and available. I love you guys. I will see everyone later, 1 o'clock. If you're around, come hang out with me.